Any one of 4 clubs could have been relegated today, but it's Huddersfield who'll be playing in the second division next season. Crystal Palace did a Houdini act, saving themselves with a win at Stockport.
Despite being threatened with relegation, Crystal Palace seemed confident enough before kick-off against Stockport. A few minutes later, it appeared a little premature as another candidate for the drop, Portsmouth, took an early lead at home to Barnsley, and Grimsby managed a shot goal against the champions Fulham. One lifeline remained. Huddersfield were floundering at home against Birmingham as Curtis Woodhouse put them ahead 2-1. But it wasn't good enough for Palace, who had to win. The fans summoned all they could, but nothing was going Palace's way, despite Dougie Freedman's best efforts. 7 minutes to go, the Palace chairman looked like he'd paid £18 million for second division football. Some thought they were already down. In the 87th minute, though, a rush of adrenaline from Freedman released an hour and a half of tension for both fans and the Palace bench. It looked like they'd done enough, but Huddersfield could still send them down if they nicked a draw. All ears were tuned to the radio for news from the McAlpine Stadium.
And there is the final whistle. They can celebrate at Portsmouth, they can celebrate in Stockport, the Palace fans can celebrate.
Responding to the airwaves, uncontrollable joy for the South Londoners, but contrast that with the scenes in Huddersfield. They were above Palace in the morning, but now have to face up to life in Division 2. Nigel Gainsborough, BBC News.
Well, at the other end of the table, the First Division playoff places were decided today. Birmingham will face Preston and West Bromwich Albion play Bolton. In Scotland, second from bottom Dundee United had a much-needed 1-0 win over Dunfermline. Champion Celtic beat Hibs 5-2 at Easter Road. In the final of the World Snooker Championship in Sheffield, Ronnie O'Sullivan leads John Higgins by 7 frames to 5. O'Sullivan led 6-2 going into tonight's session in this best of 35 frame final, but some nervous play from O'Sullivan has allowed the former champion to reduce the deficit. The match concludes tomorrow. Bath are through to the Rugby Union Zurich Championship final after a thrilling 36-31 victory over Wasps. Bath were trailing 24-7 just before half-time, but their comeback was completed when, with the score tied 31-all, Tom Voice scored a last-minute try. Bath will face Leicester in the final at Twickenham next Sunday. And that's the sport for tonight. George.
Thank you, Mary. And the main news tonight, the great train robber Ronnie Biggs is flying back to Britain tonight after 35 years on the run. That's the latest. There'll be news throughout the night over on BBC News 24. But from us, good night.
Hello, good evening. Now, most of us have seen some pleasant sunshine today, but it's certainly been a day of contrasts. Only 9 degrees at Loftus on the east coast, contrast that with 18 in the Highlands, and we're going to see similar contrasts over the coming few days. Now, it's always going to be difficult to lift those temperatures along those North Sea coasts, but elsewhere we'll draw in some warmer air from the near continent. Temperatures will rise, maybe 20 or 21 in western parts come the end of the week. Now, where the sunshine did come out, it was very pleasant indeed. We had 14 hours of sunshine here in Anglesey. Now, a lot of that cloud has melted away, though, elsewhere, and it's largely clear skies in many parts of the country tonight, so it's going to be quite chilly. Away from the southeast, inland areas could well have a touch of ground frost, even a local air frost for northern parts of England and parts of Scotland too. So, for Bank Holiday Monday, quite a chilly start perhaps, but a fine day, plenty of sunshine for most of us. There will be a bit of low cloud, possibly at times in the northwest of Scotland, and here in southern areas there will be a build-up of cloud, but here in the south in general more sunshine tomorrow than we've seen during today. Again, that contrast in temperatures, a chilly wind in the southeast, temperatures struggling to get into double figures along those North Sea coasts, move further inland into the west, and here it will feel somewhat warmer. Similar temperatures on Tuesday, a spot of drizzle in the far northwest, some showers in the southeast later, and on Wednesday and Thursday more cloud and some showers in the south.
This is Liquid News.
I think you're going to see something.
It's celebrity entertainment with an opinion.
Nobody wants to wear an orange suit.
We're live on the BBC at the moment, Rabbi.
Just ignore all of the gubbins.
People just can't get enough of it.
I found a woman urinating on my doorstep.
I'm vaguely fascinated.
I mean, I've always been curious, even as a young child.
I think I said something there I shouldn't have done.
Same show, all new look, with a silky smooth finish. I thought that went quite well, didn't you?
Liquid News, tomorrow, 8:30, BBC Choice. It's entertainment, it's digital.
Hello?
Whatever music you're into, find it at BBC Music Live. Phone 08700 100 125 for more details.
Film comedy tonight on BBC One. Chevy Chase and Goldie Hawn caught up in foul play at 11:20 after a life story of wine, women and song.